Hello and welcome to another programming tutorial from Get Teaching It. Today I'm going to show you how to program using Scratch. However, before I begin, I'm going to introduce you to my friend Sophie, who will be helping me today.
Hi.
Okay, so in the last tutorial I focused on the features of Scratch, but left out the programming tab. We will explore this today. The program I'm going to create is making the cat sprite walk across the screen like so.
That looks complicated.
It really isn't, and I will show you how to do it in just a few lines of code. First off, we need to create a new project. The cat sprite is automatically loaded by default, so we'll just add a backdrop. There we go, ready to code. To start with, we need a trigger event to make the program run. As you can see, there are a few events you can choose from. For this tutorial, we'll use the green flag and later on the broadcast message.
So how do we get that over to the programming section?
The beauty of Scratch is that it allows for drag and drop functionality. So we can click on the event and drag it over. Let's set up a variable.
Could you explain what a variable is?
Certainly. In programming, a variable is a value that can change. Can you think of any examples where a variable may be used?
Could a variable be used to store a score in a game or act as a counter?
Exactly. So for this one, we shall count the number of steps taken. We'll leave it as default 0 and we'll drag it over. Now let's get the cat to say hello. If we go over to looks and select say hello for 2 seconds, and then just drag this over. It would be nicer if the cat can ask for your name and then use that answer later on. As you can see, the cat asks for your name. Easy.
That does look simple. And you said we could use the answer later on. Can I have a go at implementing that later?
Of course.
So I presume I can use another look connector and then drag in the answer to where it says hello. Let's see if it works.
We can make use of the operator connectors. Connected in this key allow us to do mathematical operations, generate a random number, join words together, and carry out an event if certain criteria are met. For the time being, we'll use the join operator to join our answer with the word hello.
So now that happens, how do we make the cat walk?
Well, we don't want to allow walking whilst the introductory pleasantries are being carried out, so we need to make use of another event trigger. Rather than using the green flag, we'll use the broadcast message.
What does that mean exactly?
In certain programming sections of code, in certain programs, sections of code need to listen out for certain messages being broadcast in order to start running.
So is it like me standing somewhere and you asking me to come over?
Sort of. You are listening out for a command and then walking over, which in computer terms is being executed and running. So basically, we will add a listen event, so when it receives the message, the code is then run. We will then add a forever loop into the code, meaning that unless we command the program to stop, it will continue forever. Within the loop, we will add an if-else statement. Would you like to hazard a guess as to what happens here?
I guess that it allows 2 sections of code to be running if certain criteria are met.
Yeah, so let's get the cat walking. We will say if the left we always have computer difficulties at this point, don't we now? Yeah, so what we'll say is we'll say if the left arrow key or the right arrow key are pressed, then the step counter will be incremented. the cat will play the sound and change costume. We'll do that now. And finally, we'll just get it to wait for 0.3 seconds at the end.
That won't make it move though, will it? At the moment, all we are doing is changing the costume based on what arrow key is pressed.
That's correct. To make it work, we will apply the same logic. However, rather than using an if-else statement, we'll just use an if statement. So we can say, if the left arrow is clicked, then run this piece of code. We'll do that now. So we'll reuse the forever. And then we'll just use the if. So if the left arrow is pressed, we'll run this code. So now we're saying that the left arrow is clicked, we'll run this piece of code. First off, we need to make it point in a certain direction by using the point connector. We'll use this to change the direction by 90 degrees. It will now point left, and therefore we need to make it move now, so we'll change the x value as well.
I presume x relates to x and y values that are used in maths?
Yeah, so by changing the x values, we'll be making it move horizontally. If you change the y, it will move vertically. Do you feel confident to make it move right?
Yes, so I need an if statement and a connector to make it turn right. So 90 degrees in here.
Yep.
And change this to -3. Let's run it now.
And well, there we go. It's asking for your name.
Oh no, that shouldn't happen.
No, but it's an easy fix. We have said rotate it anti-clockwise. However, it is rotating in a full circle rather than just left or right. We can change that here. There we go. Now it will work perfectly.
Yeah, it wasn't as complicated as I first thought. Thank you for taking me through it.
No problem, and I would like to thank our audience for listening too. I hope it has cleared up how easy programming can be and improved your confidence in programming too.